Godfrey, if you are listening to me, Godfrey, do not do it. We are Nigerian. Do not copyright me. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be reacting to a video from Professor Dave where he confronts a known flat earther and self-proclaimed hip-hop legend, uh, name of Lord Jamar. And yeah, I'm just going to be reacting to this video because it kind of makes him look stupid, and I kind of think anyone that basically is a science denier, anyone that thinks that the earth is flat, that denies that gravity exists, you're basically an idiot, and that would be a compliment. So without further ado, let's get into the video and just watch Professor Dave make a show of Lord Jamar.
And enjoy. If you recall, Godfrey was the host. Lord Jamar was a guest, asshat. He was talking over me constantly, even though there was barely any attempt by Godfrey to moderate him so that I could get equal speaking time. I still took a big steamy dump all over him and made him look dumber than rocks in front of his own audience.
Okay, I'm going to slightly, just a little bit, defend Godfrey here. I don't think that Godfrey, because I could see that Godfrey was trying, very low effort trying, but he was sort of trying to kind of moderate and try to keep the peace. But I think Lord Jamas just is just so stupid and his ego so big, and he just thinks he knows better than everyone else that he doesn't even let Godfrey, who is the host of the show, may I remind you, doesn't even let him get a word in. And that's just a little bit of credit for Godfrey, but he could have definitely done a lot more to moderate this for sure, because this was a complete shit show. There was no discussion had, and I know Professor Dave was probably, came in a little bit aggro, but if you saw the way Lord Jamal was speaking to him before, speaking about him before he even joined the podcast, you could tell that this was always going to be a hostile conversation, especially when one side of the party has brains and the other part is a zombie. Sorry.
So much so, in fact, that after less than 20 minutes of interacting, Jamar threatened to leave the studio if I wasn't cut out.
When it comes to hip hop, right? There's questions I have to ask because he spent his life studying being a part of hip hop. To take the people that have spent their lifetime understanding physics, science, all kinds of things.
Don't matter.
It is absurd. It would be the equivalency if I took an internet dude.
That does not matter.
Let me finish. If I took an internet dude who got a couple of tracks and asked him about the history of hip hop, it's the same thing.
Okay, so Dante's making a semi-decent point here. You know, some people are well versed and experienced in certain topics, and if you want someone's expertise on if you want someone's expertise on a topic, you go to the person who has learned, who has studied that topic. So if I want to build a house, I'm not going to go talk to a plumber. That's not his area of expertise. A plumber might be able to tell you about the internal workings of a pipe and plumbing system, but wouldn't know the first thing about how to build a house, proper foundation, the materials, all that. Me, myself, I studied computer slash software engineering. That's something that I'm really good at. That's a topic that I'm really knowledgeable about, and I do try to take an interest in different subjects and different matters, but my area of expertise will be computer engineering. So if you have any issues with your computer, your router, connectivity issues, stuff like that, I'm the right man to come to. The problem with Lord Jamar is he thinks he knows everything about everything, but there's people who have spent their whole life studying this, people who have spent their whole life, doing experiments, trying to figure out why the laws of physics, why things are the way they are, why do things behave the way they do. And Lord Jamar basically is coming around and saying, yeah, fuck all these people, I know more than you. And you can see why this would be insulting to the people who know about this stuff, because you're basically saying that all the years that they've spent studying to know about these things is basically waste and you know best. So this is why I think Professor Dave is so irked by this, because you're basically putting down his whole his whole entire existence basically.
One
No, it's not.
person.
But what about, you say scientists, right, that have been studying for a long time, but there are people who've been in these professions that have there to lie, just like medical apartheid against African Americans. There
Yeah,
are
but
trained doctors
When you
that have
follow
lied
the
to black
money,
people about health.
they're gonna
Yeah, but
say whatever
how
the
did
money tells them to
Nobody
say.
is saying that.
Well, so this point is very ignorant because people lie. That's just human nature. People lie. That doesn't completely discredit. Like, just because some doctors have been found of medical malpractice, that means that medicine doesn't work, that you can completely disregard years of advancement in medicine that we've made just because one or two doctors were being found of medical malpractice. I mean, we've seen um, lots of celebrities have plastic surgery over the years. You look at one celebrity and you're like, wow, your plastic surgeon did a great job. Like, perfect. And then you look at other celebrities and you're like, what the fuck did your plastic surgeon do to you? There's different levels of expertise from different people. Not everyone who is in the same field will have the same level of expertise, and you certainly can't expect everyone to have the same level of integrity. That's on a case by case basis. So just because some people have been found lying doesn't automatically disregard the whole field that that person operates in. That's just not how things work.
That didn't happen.
Nobody, no scientist is
Nobody's
getting
saying that didn't happen.
funded if they do not say what the money wants them to say, sir.
Okay, that's conspiracy.
Science.
Yes, because there's all these scientists driving around in Lamborghinis, living in fucking six-star mansions. Like if it was about the money, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more lucrative industries that a lot of these scientists can go to where they'll make a considerable amount of money, like a lot more money than they are currently making in their industry. I would like to believe that a lot of scientists do what they do because they enjoy doing what they do. They love to find out about the mysteries of the world, maybe like to help people. And maybe it could be for personal gains, and maybe they want to win a Nobel Prize. But to say that it's the money that's making them say it, when most scientists probably have a decent earning. Look, I don't know what the global earning for being a scientist is, but like I said, I can guarantee that there's a lot more, especially with the brains that a lot of these guys have. They could probably go into like things like dentistry and other kind of industries where they could make a shit ton more money than they're making being a scientist. So there's that.
No, it's
That's
not.
not
It's
fact.
real.
That's
It's a fucking fact.
If you don't get to say
Science
that
is a
everything
religion
is that
now.
way, you don't get to
Science
say
is
that.
a religion. Hang on. I issued a challenge,
Yes.
Godfrey, to even come here to talk to Mr. Whoever,
Right.
scientist man,
Right.
that if he can present me a working model of a ball that water sticks to the outside
it's
of
rotating.
it. Yes, as it rotates, I'll gladly sit down and have a talk with him. he hasn't showed me such model. I can give you a model right now as we sit here.
Oh, is there?
See, this this guy, this guy's last two brain cells are fighting over which one gets to commit suicide. I don't know if I can even say that on YouTube, but this guy's last two brain cells are basically fighting for to be not the last. That's the best way I can put it because what is the logic in that question? He's saying that he wants Professor Dave to present him with a working model of a ball where water sticks to the outside when the whole idea behind what they've been saying the whole time is that the reason why everything sticks to the earth is because of gravity, which is the force that makes everything sticks to the earth, including the water that he's talking about, including the atmosphere. So, what model do you want them to produce? Like, I think I made a video about this a while ago when I talked about, but I used a magnet as an example. Obviously, water cannot stick to a magnet because it's not magnetic unless someone's like, oh, but there's magnetic water. I don't know if there's magnetic water, but I'm just talking about things that we know to be magnetic. That's common, like metal, most metals. And if you take a magnetic metal coin, and you hold it up to a magnet, it's going to stick to the magnet. Why doesn't the coin fall off? Because there is an attraction between the magnet and the coin. So obviously, there's still other forces acting on the coin, but the magnetic force of the magnet is stronger than those other forces. Now, if you take a stronger magnet, and let's say you basically hold those two magnets in place and they don't come together, let's say there's a greater force holding the magnets themselves from being attracted to each other. You put a coin in the middle, the coin will go to the stronger magnetic force. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why water sticks to the earth and doesn't fall off is because the strongest gravitational force in our area is the earth. If there was to, and that's kind of what the three body problem is about. If there was another planetary body or any other body that was sufficiently large enough with a stronger gravity than earth, that was close enough to actually affect things here on earth, then I wouldn't be surprised if the water was to get attracted. But it wouldn't just be the water that would get attracted to it. The earth, the earth itself would get pulled into the gravitational field of that planet. So I don't get his point where he's saying, why does water stick to the earth? Why does a coin stick to a magnet? Can Lord Jamar give me the answer to that? Why does a coin stick to a magnet?
Hey, around? Is he there?
He's up.
Can he hear us?
A model right now.
I can hear you guys.
Are you Dave the scientist?
I'm the one that contacted you, Dave.
Are you Dave the scientist?
Yeah, he's the one
I'm a
that
science
contacted
communicator.
Science communicator. Well, hey, how you doing? First
What
time
does that
meeting
mean?
you.
difference.
I'm
Science
good.
communicator.
Science communicator.
Science communicator means even though he has studied whatever field of science that he chose to study extensively, rather than actively working in the field, he likes to explain complex scientific ideas to us normies in ways that we can understand. That's what a science communicator is. It's literally in the name, science communicator. He communicates science. They can't even understand a simple concept like that, but yet they're trying to understand all these complex scientific theories. Like, boys, just stop. And I'm not going to be calling this fella Lord Jamar anymore. I'm just going to call him Jamar now, which is better than the alternative, which is Dom Jamar. But I'm going to try and keep it a little bit professional and just call him Jamar because he's nobody's Lord. Unless he changed his first name to Lord, who knows? But I'm just going to call him Jamar.
Okay. Well, here you are. You do not believe in the flat Earth theories, and you are. I've been taught that the Earth has been round for a long time.
Yes, Godfrey, you've been taught the earth is round because the earth is round. That is why you have been taught, Godfrey.
And when the flat Earth thing came around, I said, okay, what's this about? And then I listened to some of the flat Earth stuff, and you know what? Some of the stuff made sense. I was like, that kind of makes sense.
Sometimes it doesn't pay to be too open-minded because your brain might fall out, and I think that's what Godfrey is experiencing here. Like, I get trying to be open-minded, like open to new ideas, and as a human race, like we should be open to new ideas because we don't know when the next discovery is going to come from. It's sometimes when even though an idea might seem unorthodox, there might be something there that could lead to another interesting development. So it's nothing wrong with being open-minded to new ideas, but not every idea needs you need to be open-minded to because this is something that we know for a fact. This isn't some guesswork. This isn't some thing that we're still not unsure about. No, this is something that we know anyone with eyes can see that the earth is round. Again, even if you just use the example of a ship sailing into the horizon, the way the ship disappears is just proof that the earth is curved, or it's proof of the curvature of the earth anyway, because if you can look into a straight line, when things get further away from you, they get smaller in uniform. So as let's say a car is getting away from you, you can still see the whole car as it gets smaller and smaller until it's just out of your line of sight that you can't see it. But when a ship is disappearing over the horizon, it disappears bottom first. And the only way that can happen is as it's going down, and because it's going down, think about someone going, let's say you have a hill and you're standing on this side of the hill, and as someone goes over the crest to the other side of the hill, as they start walking down the hill, you see their body go down, basically someone walking downstairs, and you're like at a level where you can't see the rest of the body as they're going down. They go down, their legs disappear first, then their backside and the back, and then the last thing you see is the head as they disappear. That only happens when there's a curve. If the earth was just flat, the whole shape would disappear in uniform, It would just get smaller and smaller until you can no longer see it. There, that's proof.
And then, when you hear about what you've always been learning about, well, that kind of makes sense. And then when I talk to actually,
Now we're supposed to take care of your video over a pilot who has thousands of hours.
We've
This is
seen
this is
multiple,
like
multiple
just
pilots say
so
that it's
so Dave, so who's okay?
Yes.
Who's going to go first? Tell us, Dave, why you are against what he believes. How about that?
Yeah, Flat Earth is the dumbest hoax in human history. Jamar just watched some videos by Eric Dubé, who just spews a bunch of bullshit and memorized what he says.
Dave coming out swinging. He coming out like Mike Tyson in 90 something, body shot, hook, hook. He came out swinging. He didn't, he wasn't pulling no punches. Flat Earther is dumb. You know what? Respect for coming in and standing on your gun. You weren't intimidated by these goons, mainly Jamar, but he just came in with the uppercut. Go on, Dave.
And repeats it and pretends to be intelligent. Instead, everything you say is so insanely stupid and can be disproven with like middle school level physics.
Really?
And I would probably fail middle school level physics, to be honest. But the thing about me is that I can understand when somebody is more knowledgeable on than me on a subject matter, and I ask questions. If I'm talking to someone that knows about something, I ask them questions. I try to engage them in conversation. And since I've left school, because like I said, I'm a IT computer nerd, I was never great at science, but I've been trying to brush up on my science, my physics, chemistry, biology, all that kind of stuff, watching a lot of like Brian Cox, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and different science communicators. And I've learned a lot just by watching a lot of these. If you would consider Veritasium a science communicator, those kind of channels, just kind of deepen my understanding of the world and all these scientific theories. And what I love about scientists is that they don't just make a claim; they back up their claim with proofs, experiments. So it's hard for you to kind of just say, oh, like they've done their due diligence. Whereas someone like Lord Jamar is just like, no, that's not that way. Why? Why isn't it that way? Because I said so. That's kind of his whole philosophy, and it's just kind of infuriating to watch.
So, yeah, we can go ahead and you can
Let's
rattle off
do
your
it. How,
debate
show,
talking points.
do you have a
I'll tell you how
working
you're
model of a ball that has water sticking to the outside of it? Can you show me a
going.
working model
wet
of that?
a tennis ball.
But, yes, wet.
It has
Oh,
nothing
and
to
that.
do
But
with
no.
anything.
That's
What
not
do- what do
water
you even-
sticking to
what
a
does that
ball.
even mean?
That's saturation.
So if you dunk a tennis ball in water, yeah, the excess water will fall off, but some water will stick to the tennis ball. But I get what, and I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I get what Jamar is saying. Like the water is not sticking to the ball, but in a sense, the water is sticking to the ball. Just because the ball is wet doesn't mean that the water isn't. The reason why the ball is wet is because there's water stuck to it. Isn't that literally the definition now? The the forces that's making the water stick to the tennis ball is completely different from the forces that's making the water stick to the earth. But this was a very sarcastic answer from Dave, so I get I get why he said that, but let's continue.
Saturation of water on the
Okay,
ball.
so
I
let's
want you to show me where water sticks to the outside of a ball
Yeah.
as it spins. It doesn't go to the
Okay,
equator of
so-
the ball and
All right,
spin
buddy,
off.
I heard what you said.
Show me a working model. Hang on.
A working model is the earth. The earth is the working model. That's it. If I was Dave, that's literally what I would say. You want to see a working model? Build a spaceship, go into space. Boom. It's like, why would I spend my time trying to prove to you or give you a working model of something that we have a very good working model of? The planet Earth, Earth, as they say in that episode of Rick and Morty. This is the working model. You can prove it. Just if you since you're so sure, build a spaceship, Jamar. All you and all your million followers and zombie fans, let them to donate your GoFundMe or something. Build the spaceship, go into space. Just don't come back.
Something very
Show
stupid,
me
and
a
let me explain
working
to you how
model.
stupid.
Okay.
The reason that things stick to the Earth is because the Earth is extremely massive, so it generates a very large gravitational field. When water falls off of a ball, whatever ball you're talking about, to the Earth, it's because of the large gravitational field exerted by the Earth. So when you're talking about water sticking to a ball, your desired demonstration of gravity fails because gravity exists.
No,
Things fall to the ground.
There
because
is
of
density
gravity.
and buoyancy, sir. Gravity is not.
There is density and buoyancy. This man probably doesn't even know what those two things mean. He's just throwing out words that he thinks will make him sound intelligent. But my 1.5-year-old probably knows how to say those two words. That doesn't mean he understands the concept. There is density and buoyancy. Ha ha ha.
Okay,
Magical
density is
things
not
that
a
makes
force.
things
Density is a
drop
singular.
to the
Density is
ground.
not a force.
It depends the
Buoyancy
medium
only
that it
exists
is
where
in.
Why does gravity have to be magical? Again, in my other video, I briefly touched on this, but see, the problem that a lot of people like Lord Jamar has is they're so fixated on the word gravity that they completely disregard that whatever you call it, the force exists. There is a force that keeps us on the ground. See, now the problem is number one, they don't believe in space because, see, when you've lived on Earth your whole life, you know that down is towards the center of the Earth. So, in his head, I don't know if you guys can see my hand on the camera, but we're living on a flat disk, And because in space we are oriented, the right way up. In his mind, we're oriented in the up direction. So the only reason that we're not floating into space is because we are going down. But if you know anything about how space works, there is no up or down, because so there is no right orientation in space, because even though you might think that we are oriented down, but in from the perspective of space, you could still be upside down. It literally doesn't matter, because there is no up or down in space. Up and down is a relative concept. Up and down is a relative concept, and we only have that concept because we are here on Earth. So even if you were on a flat disk in space, you could still be upside down, because from your perspective on the planet you're standing on, you're down because you're going down towards the ground. But in space, that disk could be upside down, could be right way up, could be left, could be right, because there is no up or down. It's not that difficult. So if we were on a ball, it's the same. The people who are, as he would say, on the underside of the ball, who are upside down, from their perspective, they're the right way up. To them, we are upside down. But we've kind of also given these people ammunition, because people call places like New Zealand and them down under. So that image is kind of what stuck to people of, oh, they're down under, but they're not down under. To them, we are down under, because it's all about perspective.
If I drop something in this
Hey,
water,
kiddo, shut
depending
up.
on
Hold on.
how
You
heavy
can't
it
just
is,
No,
it's
you
going
can't
to
do it. You can't
sink
just
Wait,
go
or
from it.
float.
Wait,
If you drop something into the water, depending on how heavy it is, it's going to sink or float. But you're using words that are associated with gravity. If you drop, so if you drop something, your assumption that it's gonna go down, and they bring this up later. But when you drop something, why doesn't it just go up? Like, why does everything that you drop go down? And then he's saying that, oh, that's because uh it's the medium that it's in, and because air is light, so things fall down in air, because the air doesn't have enough uh, density, which is kind of his logic, density to hold up the object. But holding up something and something falling in a direction are completely two different things. Yes, if I put something on the table, a table is solid, so the table will hold up the thing, but the thing that I dropped will still have fallen onto the table. Do you get what I'm saying? The table, when you deal with people like this, you actually start to lose brain cells. Let's continue.
I want you all to talk, but
Density
I want to
is
hear
not-
both.
First of all,
See,
this guy.
this is why I was giving Godfrey some props. He does try slightly to moderate things, but Lord Jamar is just a loud idiot, and his voice always has to be the loudest. So, yeah. See, the reason why I'm doing this as well is because I don't. People like scientists shouldn't be wasting their time with idiots like Lord Jamar. Like, we could literally get a 10-year-old student from school to educate him on this. You don't need someone who has a PhD in fucking astrophysics or whatever, quantum physics, uh, to fucking discuss this shit with fucking Lord Jamar, because he has the IQ of a fucking peanut, and that is, to be quite frank, an insult to the peanut.
Guy came out real disrespectful, talk about the stupidest shit. Like if he was in
Yeah,
this
it's
room,
the
I'd be
stupid- dude,
smacking
you
the
just
shit
said
out of
it.
him.
Yeah, go straight to violence. If you was in this room, I'd be smacking you. Fucking 100 pounds. Like, shut the fuck up. All you do is fucking get your goons to fucking attack him. You talk shit. You're a little bitch, Lord Jamar. So, yeah.
Right now.
If scientists
First of all,
study science,
okay.
it's all bullshit.
Right,
Any idea how
sir?
offensive
You know that, right?
What you say to the
You know that, right?
race, the entire body.
Oh, you know that, right? Oh, if you were in this room, I'm such a big man. Like, it's just like, it just clearly goes to show that this dude does not know what the fuck he's talking about. And this really irked me, and kind of gives a. Look, I don't like to say, oh, just because one black person does something, all black people. It really does give a negative image of niggas. Can I say that? I don't know if I can say that, but it really does give a bad image because, like, oh, if you were in this room, I'd smack you, right? Like, so just because you can't have a healthy debate, just because you can't use your brain to fucking discuss something, you jumping straight to violence. Or big man, or if you was in this room, I'd smack you. Would you say that to Mike Tyson? No, you wouldn't, because you're a little bitch.
Scientific knowledge. Let me respond to the insanely stupid thing you said.
I want you to respond to.
Would you say that to Tyson Fury? No, you wouldn't, because you're a little bitch.
To my. Let him talk. Okay, we're gonna.
Would you say that to Anthony Joshua? No, you wouldn't, because you're a little. Okay, that's the last time.
Talk about with pseudoscience.
Okay, go ahead.
Pseudoscience. That's it. Pseudoscience.
Go ahead, Dave.
Density is not a force. It requires
Go
a
ahead,
force
Dave.
to produce an acceleration. Things accelerate towards the Earth. Density is a scalar. It's not a force. It can't make things move. Buoyancy, there's a buoyant force, but it has gravity in the equation.
It has
Buoyancy
gravity.
only exists when gravity exists.
When gravity, the
So,
secret sauce.
here's the problem with your
gravity.
density.
This is what a mature human being. Like, just this. Like, how can you fucking have a healthy, intelligent conversation with people like this? Like I said, those last two brain cells in his head are fighting to not be the last one. They're trying to off themselves. Again, can I say that on YouTube?
Density bullshit.
continue.
You think that things fall down because the air is less dense. The air is less dense above the object too. So what?
Thank you. Literally, either way you look at it, there's if you have a rock, when you drop it, the air below the rock is less dense, so yeah, it will fall through the air. But so is the air above the rock. So why doesn't it fall up? That's a very simple concept. Again, this is why science communicators are important. They make complex ideas simple for simple-minded people like us so that we can understand it. The air is less dense on either side of the object, so how come the object always falls down? Can you answer that, Lord Jamar, or are you just gonna throw insults? My money's on the ladder.
Why the fuck don't things fall up? Can you
I mean, fucking, it was Newton figured this shit out when an apple fell on his head. I would have just eaten the apple now if it was me. Like, I'm sorry, nigga. Look, if an apple fell on my head, if an apple fell on my head, I wouldn't be asking no damn questions like that. I wouldn't like, oh my god, this is a good spot. I would open an apple pie stand or something. I eat the fucking apple. But scientists do not have brains like the rest of us have. You know, he was just sitting down there, and I don't know how true this story is, but according to the records, he was sitting down there, and an apple fell on his head. He picked up the apple, like, why did this nigga fall down? I wouldn't ask no damn questions like that. And I guarantee that 99% of you wouldn't ask no damn question like that. Y'all would have just eaten the apple too. And that's why scientists are scientists. They ask the questions that most people wouldn't even dream of asking. Let's continue.
explain
Do
that to me?
fall up, you fucking asshole.
What
Bubbles,
fall up?
bubbles go up, you stupid fuck.
You know what? I actually have a very funny. Bubbles go up, you stupid fuck. I've been blowing bubbles with my son. Wait a second. Let me see if I can find it. Now, I don't even know if this is going to be on the camera, but let's see if bubbles actually do go up. Oh, look, it fell down. It landed on my laptop. That was a shit one. Oh, look, that also fell down. I'm going to try and get in the camera. Shit. Fuck. Oh, look. It falls down. Oh, bubbles go up as that bubble just fell down. It's lighter than the air around it. Why did it fall down? I guess there must be some sort of force pulling it down. Yeah, one more time. Oh, that was shit. One more time. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, it fell down. See? Even my fucking 1.5-year-old child understands that. He doesn't jump up to try and catch the bubble. He waits for the bubble to fall down.
Fucking
Let's continue.
evaporation goes up, you dickhead.
Evaporation goes up. Evaporation goes up. That's it. Evaporation goes up.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's because there's
it's
wind.
because it's lighter than the fucking density it's in.
Doesn't
Why?
the bubble-
How can
doesn't
a
the-
fly?
The word is medium. It's lighter than the density. The word is medium. Yeah. Things travel through a medium. Air is medium. Water is medium. So it's less dense than the medium is in. Like I said, this guy's a fucking idiot. And I'm no fucking genius myself, but this guy is a retard. Oh my god, I can't say this on YouTube. God, watch your mouth, Lakon.
I
Doesn't
defy
a bubble
gravity.
fall? Doesn't
How can a
Just the look of bemusement on Dave's face was just like, just seeing, like you can see, you can see Dave just looking at this guy, and you can just picture the two monkeys with symbols. Just Homer Simpson is probably smarter than Jamar, and that's an insult to Homer Simpson because he's definitely smarter than Jamar. Let's continue.
fucking tadpole defy gravity, you fucking
A
shithead?
tadpole defy gravity? What the
Yes.
fuck are you talking
How does
about?
anything swim through? If gravity is holding down oceans that are tons of fucking
Yeah.
of fucking force, how does
Okay, I need to be more serious. Tons of fucking force. Tons of weight. It weighs a lot. It's weight. The word you're looking for is weight, not force. I mean, guess it isn't technically incorrect, but tons of weight. Force. But let's continue.
anything swim through the ocean? How do you fucking lift your legs off the fucking ground?
Things can
You
exert
fucking
force.
cockbag.
Let him answer you.
Birds have muscles. Birds have wings, right?
You fucking catback. That was a good one. Did that make me sound smarter? No, it made you look like a retard, Jamar.
You can exert
They have
force,
wings?
which allows you to accelerate. Right? Doesn't that make sense?
Yes.
If you jump or
Birds have wings. They flap those wings. They generate lift by flapping their wings. Jamar, you literally see birds fly, but they can also walk. Why? And birds wouldn't be able to fly if there wasn't air, because it's the differential between the air. They generate downward force which lifts them up like a plane. I'm pretty sure we got our idea of planes from watching birds.
if you throw a ball, you're exerting force and you are counteracting gravity until that momentum runs out. You throw a ball, it goes up, and then it falls back down.
Speaking
Why
of
do things fall down?
Speaking of momentum,
Yes, Jamar, don't change the subject. Speaking of momentum, why do things fall down, Jamar?
do things
No.
need
Not
energy?
Why do
speaking
things-
of
why do things
changing
fall
the
down?
Subject. Why don't things fall
Why
up?
do- why do-
things only fall down?
why do they-
The
said, why
air
do
is
things
less dense
fall
above
up?
the
No,
ball
why do
because
things
it's
fall down
up.
only? Why don't they
Yeah.
fall up?
The air is less dense above the object, just as under the object. So why don't things fall up? Why do they fall down?
This is what he said, ask him.
The clue is in the word fall, not rise. Fall, because we have a word for things that go up. Unlike your dick, which probably hasn't gone up since. Okay, that's behave, Lakon. Why do things fall down, not fall up? Because things that go up rise.
Again, light things will rise.
Only with wind,
Dense.
which is a
No,
force.
it's not only with wind.
Things don't float. Nothing
Why
floats.
doesn't a ball fall up? The air above
Because
the ball
it
is
is
less
dense.
than the ball.
Because it is dense.
Because what's that?
The air
ball
is more
is
dense than
dense.
the ball?
No, Jamar, you are dense. You are denser than past tense. I don't even know what that means. God, you're dense.
Is that what you're saying
That
now?
don't even make sense. That's not even what
The
you're
ball
Thicker than fucking 20-day oatmeal.
is
saying.
dense If it's in regular air, it will fall
Thicker than the botched BBL.
to the ground. If it was
Thicker than prime laser. Okay, I'll stop. Sorry. Comedy comes in trees and all that.
in,
Why
if
does
it
it
was
fall?
in,
Isn't
say,
the air
a
above the ball
gel,
less
if it
dense
was
than
in
the
a
ball?
gel, what is it? What's the ball gonna do?
Oh my god, if it was in a gel, if you drop it in a gel, why did it fall into the gel? Okay, you put a fucking bowl of gel, a container of gel, and you hold the ball above it, and it falls into the gel. The ball are still falling, but when it gets in the gel, yes, it might not go down to the bottom. It might not sink to the bottom because the gel is it's dense. Yes, it's so yeah. The ball is not going to go. It's just like a table. The ball will not go through the table, but the ball will still fall onto the table. Like, what is this? If it was in the gel, yes, but we don't live in the gel. But if you think about it, our atmosphere is the same. But if our atmosphere was like gel, we would not survive. We would not survive. There's a reason why fish are built the way they are. There's a reason why no matter Michael Phelps, sorry, Michael Phelps. I know how to say his name, but Michael Phelps is the best swimmer to ever existed. I'm black. I know a thing or two about swimming. I can't even say that with a straight face. But I'm black. I know a thing or two about swimming. Michael Phelps is the greatest swimmer. 18 Olympic gold medals or something like that. He cannot even outswim a fucking tiny fish like this. He cannot. Never mind the Little Mermaid. He cannot outswim a tiny fish. Why? Because their biology has evolved to survive in that environment. We don't live in a gel. So why does he keep saying, if it was in a gel? It's not in a gel. And if it was in a gel, there's still fucking gravity acting on it. You fucking moron.
Okay,
Continue.
I
It's just
gonna
what's
stop
the
there,
fucking
right?
The gel in the air. Why
There's
doesn't the ball
it
fall
depends
up?
on the
air
medium.
is
You can't
less
ask
dense
the question.
than the-
Hey, you finally learned the word medium. Clap, clap for Jamar. Clap, clap. Continue.
And then
What does falling up have to do with anything? I don't
No,
understand.
because
what
you
you're
think
saying.
he
that-
said
there's
what?
no such
So what does falling up have to do? He genuinely looks so confused. It's a simple question, ja dickhead, ja brain dead. Why do things fall down and not up? Why do things fall towards the center of mass? It's a simple question. Why, Jamar? Continue.
You said there's
Why
no
is
such
there a
thing in
preferred
gravity.
direction of falling? Why do things fall down to the ground?
Because they're heavy. Because they have
Because they're heavy. Because they're heavy. I can't. I don't even have a rebuttal for that. Like I said, this guy just doesn't have a brain because they're heavy.
density.
Okay,
That's right.
what is heavy? What is weight? Do you even know what weight is?
Great question.
Oh my.
What's weight?
goodness.
Tell me the definition of weight.
It's your fucking head on your fucking.
Great answer. Go straight to the insults. I mean, yes, his head probably does have weight. Why did I say probably there? His head definitely does have weight. Jamar, well done. You're a genius. Einstein, give him the Nobel Prize.
Shoulders, you
Uh-oh,
fat head.
Look at him looking at Godfrey for approval. It's like, is that funny? Did I say something funny, Godfrey? You're the comedian. Tell me, did I say something funny? Yeah.
Getting a little sassy because he
Like,
doesn't know the answer to the
bro,
question. What
We're
does
not
weight
going to
mean?
sit here and talk about all these.
We're not going to sit here and define words that you don't
Yes,
know. that you're
define
trying
words.
Oh my god, it's actually so stupid. Yes, define words. We define words for a reason. It's so that we know what things are. If I tell you that's poison, I don't need to say no more. You know not to take it, and you know it's probably gonna kill you. That's why we have definitions for words, so we know what things are, what things do. Hey, you're gonna fall. That's steep. That's deep. You can't swim. I said that to myself. Let's continue.
Talking about what's heavy and what's light.
Yeah, so what does fucking heavy mean, dumbass? You said
I'll tell you what's heavy. Hey, 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 He.
The word heavy, what is heavy? What is weight? What is weight? What does that mean? You don't know the definitions of the words you're using.
Bro.
Should I define?
Okay. Tell him.
Yeah,
Tell him
define
weight.
weight.
Here I go.
Look it up if you want.
A body's relative. Oh, here we go. A body's relative.
I would have looked it up too. Like, I know what weight is, but I couldn't give you the proper scientific definition for weight. But weight is definitely affected by gravity, because if you were on the moon, which has less gravity than Earth, you would weigh less, and you'd be able to do more, because your weight is affected by the gravity. So if you hopped on this, you're not fat, you're just on the wrong planet. Continue.
Relative mass, or the quantity of matter contained by it, giving rise to a downward force, the heaviness, and then of course the heaviness of a person or thing
By virtue of it.
Oh, this video is definitely going to get copyrighted claim, by the way. I can just see it. I have a feeling, not Dave, but I have a feeling Godfrey, if you are listening to me, Godfrey, do not do it. We are Nigerian. Do not copyright me. Continue.
Position in a gravitational field. Things have weight because gravity exists.
See, you say these things. These
You
are
tell me the
definitions.
definitions of words,
These are
and I
definitions
don't know
that
what to say.
are given by people who are here
study things
to
and actually
who
know
are here
things.
to reinforce a certain
Nice translation by Dave, by the way. Continue.
position. I'm talking
Sweetie,
about common
money
sense
can't
shit.
change
Did
the
he
laws
just
of
say, sweetie?
physics.
Are
There's
you
no
fucking
amount of
homo?
money that
Did
can
this ho-
change
Oh, that one hit a spot. Continue.
the
Yo,
laws of
did this
physics.
nigga just say sweetie? Yo,
There's no conspiracy here. You can't change what
listen.
gravity is.
I'm
Trying to change the subject because he knows it's losing the argument, so he's focusing on who was a body language expert dude, fucking Spidey. He says when someone desperately wants to take attention away from something, they grasp onto any little thing that can distract them from the situation. So he heard Dave say sweetie, and maybe this is where Dave could have done a little bit better and not give him any avenue of escape. But Dave knows he's not getting through to this fucking thick-brained fool. So the second he heard him say sweetie, did he just say sweetie? Faggot, homo. He just heard him call me sweetie, sweetie. Continue.
talking about common sense. I'm not getting into all the
And this, you know what they say, common sense is uncommon. Uncommon. So even if you are talking about common sense, Jamar, you clearly don't got none.
You're not
Do
talking
you
about
feel like you're
common
moving?
sense has nothing to do
Do
with
you
any of
feel
this
like
stuff.
you're
You
moving?
can't just intuit how the laws of physics work. You have
Bro.
to probe them and learn about them, study them.
Listen,
That's what
we know about these things, bro. And all
Oh, we know about these things, bro. We've been doing these things since fucking 92, bro. We know about these things, bro. Come on, bro. You talking about, bro? Bro, we know. I was born knowing these things, bro. I'm like fucking. I'm all about these things, bro. Bro. Continue.
this
We
shit
do
you're
and you
talking
don't.
about
You should learn
is
it.
some bullshit.
Some
Like,
bullshit. Some
Do
bullshit.
you know about corpuscular rays? What are corpuscular
I
rays?
have no idea what the
It
fuck that is.
appears to diverge because of perspective, kind of like
Thanks,
railroad
Dave.
What do you
tracks,
mean
right?
appears to diverge?
It appears to from the perspective.
This dude just asked, what do you mean appears to... I mean exactly that. It appears to diverge. That means it doesn't actually diverge. It appears to diverge. What do you mean it appears to diverge? Like how dumb. D-U-M-B, dumb. I spell it again. D-U-M-B, dumb. Can you be? How? What do you mean? It appears to diverge. I mean, it looks like it diverges, but it doesn't actually. Therefore, it appears to diverge. Continue.
So can you
As an
trace
observer,
the rays
right.
back to its source?
What do you mean? Yeah, okay, there's the sun. Sure. What?
How far?
Dave's just done. It's like, it's just done. There's the song. There's your answer. Continue.
I don't even know what you're trying
How
to say.
far
Like,
away
you
is the
vaguely
sun?
memorized
Is the
narrative
sun
today,
93
and
million miles away?
Okay, you already changed the set. You're already
I'm
jumping
at-
away from the thing that you brought up.
No. It's not a matter. I'm talking about
is he-
common sense,
Is,
bro.
is the sun
And
still
common
93
sense
million
ain't
miles
common.
away, Dave?
Okay, but the
And if it
distance is
was,
common sense.
why do we have
Let him
crepuscular rays?
answer.
Your answer. I want to see where he's getting at.
Why
Yeah.
it doesn't why do the railroad tracks appear to converge with distance? It's the same concept. It doesn't matter how fucking far away the sun is.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? Y'all say it's 93 million miles away.
Yeah, and
That's what these same people that you're talking about, all the definitions, say.
Dude's just arguing for the sake of arguing. He can't keep a logical point. He can't keep a logical thought. He's just going any which way he can, just trying to wriggle his way out of this situation that he's found himself in. And he's just making himself look dumber and dumber. Like, you've seen that movie, Dumb and Dumber? Lord Jamar will be dumbest. Don't even know if that's the word, but if it is, he wins the award. Let's continue.
Is the truth. So what are you saying? That it's not?
No, of course it is. I'm saying that it has
So
absolutely
how does
nothing
what
to
is
do with
crepuscular
rays.
how do
Distance.
how do you explain crepuscular rays?
By what I just fucking told you with the railroad tracks. Do railroad tracks appear to converge with
Listen.
distance?
Yes,
But
but
we know that railroad tracks do not actually converge, because then that would be shit railroad tracks, and you do not want to go on that train. So yeah, continue.
at some point you would not be able to see
At which point? At which point?
at some point, I don't know the exact distance of what.
Okay.
where-
You don't know nothing, Jamar. You're Jon Snow. You know nothing. Shout out to the people that get that reference. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Let's change this saying to from you know nothing, Jon Snow, to you know nothing, Jamar. Continue.
you
So
can't
let's
see
go
something,
with you. The
but you
sun's
still
not
can see the
93 million
sun.
miles away.
This
The sun's
93
right
million
up there,
miles
right?
away
Are we
is
doing
ridiculous.
corpuscular
Okay, so the
rays?
sun's
or are
right
we
up there in
doing
the sky, right? So why
Corpuscular.
can't we go up and see it? Why doesn't it appear to get
Well, there's
larger as you
videos.
go up in
There's
altitude?
videos of people where they are actually above the sun in planes and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a video where people are above the sun.
Please provide this video evidence. I would love to see them. I would love to see a video on a plane where anyone is above the sun, or maybe they appear to be above the sun because of how the earth, the position of the earth. So if the earth is in a higher position than the sun, you might look like you're above the sun, but are you actually above the sun? No, you're not above the sun. It's an illusion. It's like, have you ever seen when you're in a car park, when you park, and then suddenly the car beside you starts to move, and you think you're stopped, but for a brief second you think that you're moving. Perspective. You're not above the sun. It might look like you're above the sun, just like it might appear that the train tracks are converging. And this is a concept that I'm hearing for the first time today, but my brain is able to put together the pieces, and I'm able to kind of formulate a reason as to why that might be the case. Whereas Lord Jamar's just like, yeah, we are above the sun. Let's continue.
Is that right? Or are you completely full of shit?
Nope.
He's full of a lot more than shit. I can't even say those things on YouTube.
Nope.
Above
Okay,
the
pull it
sun.
up. Godfrey, pull it up. That's fine.
But I can give you a hint. It starts with C and rhymes with cocaine. Sorry, I can't. I'm gonna cut that out. It starts with W and rhymes with Eid.
The video.
Are they
Continue.
above the sun? Well, the
Do you
flat
see-
Earth,
do you
right
see
now,
anything
the
in
flat
those
Earth model
folders
says
that say
that the,
anything like
that
that?
the sun is above the flat, but they don't, because they don't believe.
Is it
that
like
the-
a dome, right? We're like in a
That's
dome.
what they believe is fucking ridiculous, but it's
Just like, how do you have pressurized air in something that doesn't have a covering?
How do you have pressurized air?
And
in
you
something that
guys
doesn't
will
have
say,
Let him answer.
Hang on. Let me finish saying what I'm
You
saying.
said what you asked the
Go ahead.
question.
Well,
You asked the
please,
question.
He ain't on your side,
Do
Jamar.
what you gonna do.
He's trying to be friends. But come on, man.
Well, you're right.
Because you have to have a covering. People will say that the covering is the ozone layer or the thermosphere. These are basically imaginary coverings to say the same thing that somebody would say firmament. But go ahead. Tell me why you have pressurized air next to a vacuum of space, sir.
Okay, so this is really adorable. You think that space is a vacuum cleaner because you don't know what a vacuum is? You don't know what vacuum means. What's a vacuum? What does vacuum mean?
Wait, Dave, I can answer this one. From my understanding, a vacuum is, um, it's not the complete absence of matter because I know Dave just kind of said it's the absence of matter. Um, the answers later on in this, but it's just that the distance between whatever matter, however little matter exists, is so far, like it's so sparse, like there's such little matter. Basically, from my understanding, space is just uh, a complete, not a complete lack of matter, but just it's just there's very little matter in it, and that's what the vacuum of space is. It just means there's barely any matter. There might be some matter, but there's just so little, and maybe antimatter. Who knows?
Talk, tick,
Want me
tock,
to-
tick,
want me
tock.
to
What the
look
fuck
at
is a
that?
vacuum?
But you know something? If somebody that was smarter than me, more knowledgeable than me on the subject was to come and be like, oh, well, actually, no, from the experiments and what we know, this is what space is, and you're wrong, I'd be like, thank you. Thank you very much for that information. I didn't know that. I didn't study it. But you know more about it than I do. Thank you. Just like if you go to your doctors and you say, oh, doctor, I have this here. Can you tell me what it is? You take their word for it. You don't argue with your doctor for 10 hours because you know that that's their job. That's what they studied for 10 years.
It has no
Continue.
air. It's.
It's an absence of matter. So why the fuck would the vacuum of space pull air anywhere? Can you explain that?
A vacuum also pulls things, sir.
No, it doesn't.
That's a vacuum cleaner.
Vacuums don't suck. That's not a thing.
Well, vacuum cleaners suck, but that's not what the vacuum of space is. It's not a vacuum cleaner. It's not a Dyson. It's not a Henry. It's two different things. Two different types of vacuum. We also call it a Hoover. We don't call space a Hoover because it doesn't suck. I mean, it sucks if you're in space without, like, a suit and everything, but space doesn't suck. It blows. Ha, I'm joking.
If vacuum is
So you don't know what a vacuum is.
Dave, a vacuum is the absence of matter, right?
Yeah. So why would that pull air anywhere?
So we just have absence of matter next to pressurized air.
Yes, which sticks to the earth because of gravity, which you get.
I mean, yeah. I mean, have you ever seen those videos where they put 3 or 4 different substances, and there's science videos on it, and they don't mix. They literally stay one on top of the other because of the density of each thing. So, and these things are all liquid because you can literally put so in the video they will literally take 4 different objects and they have 4 different layers here, and each object would sink down to a certain level. So the first object will go down to the bottom, the second would go to the second layer, the third will go to the top, and one will stay on the top. Yes, you can have things be in border proximity of each other and not intersect. It is possible. We can do experiments on that right here on Earth. We continue.
And you pretend it doesn't
Which
exist.
sticks to the earth, so it's spinning with the earth
I have the
at
definition.
at 1,000 miles an hour.
Yes, because gravity or magnet, if you don't like the word gravity, or mysterious juju force if that works better for you. But yes, there is a force that sticks into there is a force that sticks things to the earth.
Okay, so
I have the
we'll
definition.
really jump into all the favorite talking points. So the Earth
Yeah.
spins once.
So honestly, guys, I'm probably going to end this video here because I've lost far too many brain cells rewatching this just to make this reaction. So I'm going to end this video there because it doesn't really have any point. It basically just gets pissy, calls Professor Dave gay multiple times, and then just begs Godfrey to end the podcast. And nothing Professor Dave said entered Peanut Jamar's brain. So there is really no point in me. But if you do want to check out the whole video, it's on Professor Dave's channel. Like I said, I am 100% sure that this is going to get taken down. But I want to speak to my Nigerian brother Godfrey before this video ends. I'm going to speak in our mother tongue. I know Godfrey is not Yoruba. I don't Yoruba near Godfrey, but I know you can understand me. But why are you doing this? What is wrong with you? Your parents have sent you to school to become an engineer, but you choose to become a clown. And you are associating yourself with people like Jamar. What is wrong with you, Godfrey? I know that you know that he is an idiot, but yet you are choosing to associate yourself with him. If your mother was here, she would give you 10 slaps. Jamar? Have you heard me? Sorry, Godfrey. I can't even keep it up, man. But yeah, no, that was a complete waste of everybody's time. But I do hope that people will, well, it's not even on Godfrey's channel because the video's been pulled, so a lot of people are still going to be ignorant. People who are going to be ignorant are going to stay ignorant, and sometimes there's nothing you can do about that. But I do appreciate what people like Professor Dave do, people like Neil, people like Brian Cox, Veritasium, Vsauce, trying to expand the mind of the viewers, trying to make science more palatable for the general public, and that is a very commendable thing. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Place next, so please like and subscribe to my channel, guys, if you like the video, and thank you very much for watching. Peace.